All right, welcome back. So, trade wars, Trump versus Chinese imports. Biden triumphs in South Carolina. So, I'm going to read a couple of things here, and I want to hear your take on this, Chief. There's been a lot that's been going on throughout the week. As a matter of fact, I was visiting my folks yesterday, and I'll be very honest with you. It will be the first time I'm looking at CNN on the screen in a long time, And
I know. I know.
yeah,
Yeah, you are. You are pretty busy. Um,
right.
how do I describe you? You are no longer a young man. You are much more than a young adult. So you're getting there. So you
Yeah,
have all these commitments all over the world, which
I do. I
takes
do.
you away. Sometimes you are in America, sometimes, in the United States of America. At other times, you cross between the borders and Canada. You're everywhere. So where would you have that kind of time, that luxury of time to check
So,
out the
so
CNN?
right. So my father said, you should, how he would talk, right? Like you should kind of know what is going on in the world. I was like, I know what's going on in the world faster than you. My fingers are what's going on in the world. I see it faster than you. You wait until it gets on the screen when it goes through all the filters of CNN and mainstream media before you see it. I see when it's happening. And I want to say, shout out to the platforms like SharpEdgeNewsTV, because we're not waiting to filter through a lot of I don't know what you might want to call propaganda and all these different agendas out there. As we see, we report it, and we also know that the internet is also giving rise to,
Yeah,
citizens report. You
yeah,
know,
it's called the democratization of media space.
right?
People are owning their reports and they are defining what really they find useful. And where governments and strong characters all over the world um, try to seize the narrative and run to town by putting all kinds of spins, like Mohammed used to do in Nigeria. And yeah, the new information minister in Nigeria seems to be doing better.
Right.
Yeah, he's not interested in any spin. He just wants the information to get out there. So I cannot blame you,
Exactly.
Ola. I can't blame you.
Thank you, Jerry. So I was looking at the screen, right? And there's a
Right.
big part of the screen that was divided for Trump, while they also divided the second half into two, and they gave one to Biden to let
Mhm.
us know that he was taking over the delegates. He was basically sweeping the votes and winning South Carolina.
Yes.
While they were busy reporting a couple of things on Trump, and it reminded me of 2016 all over again. And I don't know where things are going, but here's a couple of things a couple of headlines. Trump suggests he would consider a tariff upward of 60% on all Chinese imports if re-elected. Right now, that sounds cool, sounds nice until you start to dig in deeper beyond the surface of what that means or what the actual motive of this particular individual, as good as it might sound, right? So that's one headline. Then there's another headline here that's on CNN, by the way. It's another headline here that says Biden will win South Carolina Democratic primary, earning his first delegates of 2024. CNN project, right? So even if you look at my screen right now,
Yeah, and he
I,
has since won. He has since won, and
okay,
with a clean sweep, and it's pocketed there,
right,
in the positive folio. And
right.
as to Mr. Trump, talking tough about the trade deals between his presidency, that is, if he ever gets there anymore,
Okay.
and the countries, the Chinese country.
So it's safe to say that you're hopeful that he will never get there again. So even
Well,
if you look at my screen, hold on now, Chief. So even if you look at my screen, you can see that the amount of time that I have now naturally because of the way media works, given to Trump is probably been about a two-third, maybe three-quarters of the time that we're using to talk about this. But again, the reason why I'm bringing this up again, there's some people that headline, Trump versus Chinese imports, right? It's more we're seeing at least the loudest one. I'm not sure if that's the reality of what's going on. That's the question I have for you, right? But the loudest ones are more gravitating towards Trump versus Chinese imports than they are to Biden triumphs in South Carolina. And I wanted you to speak to that and what you've seen over this past week with regards to this report.
Yeah, well, the anecdote to that would be,
Sorry. With that being said, now since you're going to talk, I will give some space for Biden to shine a little bit. His picture is on the screen. Go ahead, sir.
yeah. Now, it's almost like finding a parallel for that in Yoruba fables and um, folk tales. The one that says that the elephant is going to be crowned a king, and then a dish is waiting. At the end of the day, the elephant was tricked into an addish. He never became a king and was sacrificed for the good of the entire people of the community. After Ijoba Erekwewele. Oh yeah, that is what Donald Trump is going to get. And I'm talking from a non-biased point because
Okay.
this tough talking about engaging Chinese in terms of trades and what have you, he did. And that was what locked behind his sing song of "Make America Great Again." The last time
Yes.
I mean, he accidentally was able to clinch the presidency through the electoral college. He never won popular votes. With popular votes, he was thoroughly whooped by Hillary Clinton. So, in this
That's true.
instance, he would stand like he is tough. He can engage China. Like Hillary Clinton said then, he would bluff, he would brag. But what does he do when he sees all these people? Hillary accused him of always turning almost to a wimp. In fact, in Africa, it would become like vegetable being dropped in very hot water. He easily shrinks. He's not going to, yes, remember his last presidency. He almost became the marketer in chief for China, North Korea, and Russia. So, would they be able to defend what he is promising? Would they be able to deliver on that? I doubt. Most Trump cloth lines, his ties, are made, produced, and massed in China. So, is he going to fight himself? He probably
Yeah.
would not be able to do that. So, we go
Yes.
back. My position is, and I'm not talking as one of these individuals who would project as if they know tomorrow. I do not know tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the likelihood is this: when Donald Trump becomes the unbeatable presidential flag bearer, the standard bearer for the Republican Party, that party gets defined as one and same with Donald Trump. What is Donald Trump's personality? What is his character? Lately, remember, he has gone down in some cases in which rape was alleged, in which defamation was alleged. Yeah, people are sticking with him. Do not forget that the way he tries to play his card concerning American interests, we do not know what could inform that. I must concede one thing. No journalist should come out like we know. But when the pundits, when they talk about all these things, we read between the lines, they may not really get it. But one thing I know is that Donald Trump, when he is picked as the candidate of the Republican Party, may end up bringing out independents like me, core Democrats and
Mm-hmm.
liberals, and some people on the fringe
Mm.
of the Republican Party who are liberal. They
Mm.
will come in coalition, and then you would see that that strong push against Donald Trump becoming so resounding this time around. And
Mm.
is a defeat may be inevitable. It's in the cooking, it's in the making. It will be served hot when it finally happens. That is all. I do not want to really waste time on that. So,
Mm-hmm.
how did Joe Biden clinch the uh, the Democratic primary in South Carolina?
Right.
The core black voters, in their majority, in their numbers, they came out for him, and they are saying when the final push comes, when that election holds,
Mm-hmm.
finally, this is almost going to be. And for our folks out there, let us make it clear: when you see black voters in their numbers or in their neighborhoods in America, you're almost going to forget like that you are in America.
Mm.
Hampton, Virginia, Richmond, everywhere, um, California, everywhere in America, you have huge black presence. But
Mm.
is that enough to deliver what we are saying? No, we
Right.
are saying that will combine with the votes of Latinos. It will combine with
Mm.
the votes of concerned Caucasians,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of rainbow coalition. Apologies to um, Mr. Uh, uh, Jackson, Jesse Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
but this is beyond that. This is the first time you are going to have, or it's not the first time, you had it during the Obama years. That also delivered the presidency to Barack Obama. So in this case, you are going to have a kind of coalition, people welling up from all backgrounds, minority forces, and then they
Mm-hmm.
become the majority. And that is how Joe Biden will clinch this deal.
All right. Good. I'm hopeful, for a better nation. God bless America for all of us.
Right,
For me
right.
personally. That's all that matters. The situation with Trump and looking at how everything is unfolding is feeling I don't have enough to be able to make, like you said, a declaration, right? But it's
Yeah,
feeling
he's
like
almost looking at
2016
it.
all over again.
That's right.
Yeah. So hopefully his records, the fact that he
Well,
couldn't make his second
the
term.
only thing that is going to be different between this moment and
Mm-hmm.
2016 is that the way people got confused with the penetration from people who trafficked in misinformation and caused confusion, and how that was dictated, the pace
Right.
was dictated by
Mm.
supercomputers, algorithms, um, giving it to Trump and then alleging all kinds of conspiracies in respect of Mrs. Clinton, that
Mm-hmm.
may not really have traction this time around. Everybody is on the lookout. Already that is known to the whole world. And
Right.
what do you think that people like Mr. Keith Overman will be doing, or Rachel Maddow, and
Mm-hmm.
the liberal uh, media chiefs of
Mm-hmm.
our time? This is really going to energize, like I told you, the core base of the liberal movement in this country, including probably SharpEdgeNewsTV itself.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is on the watch that the cost of not having Donald Trump in the presidency, yeah,
Right.
the risk involved is not as great as making sure it doesn't come near that at all. Because he has said it in so many ways, and you have all the whispers, loud, sometimes low,
Mm-hmm.
that this guy would want to tinker with the American way, the way you and I have enjoyed it. Look at the rollback on so many things.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk of uh, black historical colleges, or minorities, their affirmative actions, and everything that got a rollback because of the way Igbo betrayed the place with conservative and conservative judges that were way out of the mainstream. You can't have a nation functioning like that. You don't tinker with the fundamentals of a nation's survival. Donald Trump wants to come as a strongman, but America has proven time and time again that he does not venerate strong people, but he gives it all to strong institutions. This is what this election is going to be about. So I should not be talking like somebody who is
Who
politically
is already
involved or exposed. I
right,
don't want to be part of their game because I will never ever understand them.
right,
Whether in Ayebi Ogbese or in America,
right,
Kansas City, Pittsburgh, wherever, politicians would always be politicians.
right.
We journalists must allow them to play their card, do their thing, as just to report objectively and possibly analyze issues as they come. But what I'm seeing,
Go ahead.
is showing that Joe Biden will beat Donald Trump again.
And I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna end this segment like this. I mean, the best manipulator wins.
Yeah, that is almost like the late Nigerian humanist. Yeah, that is almost like the late Nigerian humanist.
Oh
Dr.
Lord.
Taishola of blessed memory,
Okay.
Mayflower School in Ikene. That is him almost. I mean, that is almost like him saying, "May your road be rough." The road will certainly be rough for Americans, but a winner will emerge.
All right. We'll be back in about 20 seconds.